KT7 up here. Today, I will review and showcase 140 Wing of Destiny Sterne. He is the highly anticipated story unit. As usual, we will look at his full kit in detail and the Dark Bahamut Vision card. My top choices for equipments, Truststone's abilities, and Espers. A few different builds, and some sample team comps. My final thoughts and a couple of sample matches. I have included an anti-light and anti-dark build in this video, should be useful in the upcoming meta. They have made some changes to the release schedule on global. If there are no more changes, next week we should be getting Reagan from ffbe. I will have his 140 review video up before the banner drops. Subscribe if you are interested. And leave a comment below if you want to see a Strike Team follow-up video. These reviews take a long time to make, I hope you find them useful. There was so much hype surrounding Wing Sterne after the Story Chapter 3 video dropped in JP. During his initial release, some people were disappointed. They thought he wasn't strong enough and can't rival Sephiroth. But as time goes by, more and more people love this unit. He has been everywhere ever since. The reason for that is because Wing Sterne is not the most straightforward and easiest unit to understand and use. He is good at so many different things, and can be built differently to fit whatever your team needs. I will go over his bruiser build, accuracy build, and evasion build. He also has hate generation as well. Now let's go over his kit. Wing Sterne is a 100 cost light unit. He is a physical based slasher and does not have any other attack types in his kit. He can self-haste, break physical barriers, has re-raise, and much more. His main job is the Wing Knight, with Paladin and Ninja as sub-jobs. He can equip sword, heavy armor, and helm. His HP is very high, attack and agility are average, very high luck, and has 8 defense and 2 spirit. Don't let his lower attack and agility fool you. He has ways in his kit to increase those. He has 20 resistance to slash, 15 to pierce, and 10 to missile. Neutral to strike and -5 to magic. These are very good starting points to work with, especially the 15 pierce resistance. His status ailment resistances are very good. 50 to blind, 50 to charm, and 10 to immobilize. He is a 50 faith unit, but I would still recommend giving him stop resistance from Truststone. His base movements are move 3 jump 1. He can increase these with his ninja passive. His TMR is a heavy armor. Decent HP at 366, 12 defense and 10 crit rate. The buff is a self buff, grants Man-Eater of 25 and auto AP restores small for 3 turns. This ability is very good, not a bad choice for him or other units. Moving on to his master ability. Typical 10% HP and 15% light attack up for light allies. For himself, he gets 10% attack, lower AP consumption 10% and reaction block rate of 20. His master ability is perfect for a physical damage dealer. For his 140 upgrades, he gets acquired AP up 30%, AoE resistance up 10 and CT up small after reviving from re-raise. These are great for him as well. Love that AoE resistance. I have him at 26 times reincarnations. Hopefully they will run the 50% off for his reincarnation materials and global as well. Next slide, we have his farmable sword. I recommend farming 2 of these for him. 1 assault and 1 aim for different matchups. The general ability is slash penetration up 20. For the additional abilities, it has lower AP consumption 15 and physical Man-Eater of 10. It works for Wing Sterne and a few other main jobs. Now let's go over his main job passives. The first one is King Oldel Memories. Attack up 24% and accuracy up 25. The second passive, Sir O's Teachings. AoE resistance up 15 and defense penetration 40. I run these 2 basically all the time. All his passives from his main and sub are good for different builds. I will go over different passives combinations later in the video. His main job reaction ability is Reflex. 15% chance to evade all incoming attacks. Equip this one, there is no debate. Next is his LB. A diamond shape AoE up to 5 range. Prior to damage, raises his attack by 40%, deals damage large. And for 3 turns, gives himself haste and physical damage up 20%. This LB is so dangerous, he becomes a madman after using it. Next is main job buffs. The first one, Steel Wing, is an AoE buff. For 3 turns, increases AoE resist 20 and reaction block rate of 50. And restore his own AP 20. With this buff online, he has total of 60 reaction block rate. This is his highest priority buff if allies are in range. He will circle around and give this to every teammate before moving forward. Next up is Self buff. Grants re-raise on self, and attack up 25, accuracy up 30 for 3 turns. With his 140, it will also give him CT up small after reviving. This is his second priority buff if allies are around. If he can't reach his allies, he will use this buff first. Now his third buff in his main kit. This has the lowest priority. For 3 turns, increase agility by 25% and crit rate up 30. It is not often that he can get this one off, but he will use it if he has nothing to do. You can turn this off if you want to save some CT when he can't reach enemies or all the other buffs are already active. Continuing on to his attack skills. The first one is a cross-shape AoE, up to range 5. For 3 turns, increases slash penetration by 40, then deals damage medium. And lower targets healing power by 40 for 3 turns. For this skill, the damage will increase if there are less enemy in range. For each enemy less, the modifier increases by 25%. So if there is only one target, the damage modifier will increase by 50%. This is a great attack skill and he uses it very often. His second attack skill is a diamond shape AoE, up to 5 range. Has a plus 30 accuracy, remove re-raise, then deals 2 hits large damage. Also a great skill, very useful against Wrath, Dark Fina, and evasive units. Now his third and final attacking skill in his main kit. It is a single target attack, has 2 range. Also has a plus 30 accuracy, breaks physical barrier and deals non-elemental slash damage medium. This is perfect for dealing with high light resistance units like Sephiroth, who also has a physical barrier. All 3 of his main job attack skills have some good utilities, and don't be concerned about running out of uses. Matches are usually over before then. Moving on to his main job sub. He gets 2 skills. The first one is a straight line single target attack, up to 2 panels away, damage medium. And 25% chance to inflict disable. The second attack skill from his sub is a X-shape AoE, up to range 3. Damage medium and lower target CT. I like his main job sub a lot, the CT down attack can come in handy. We are done with his main job. Let's move over to his sub jobs. In his Paladin sub, he gets the Holy Knight's protection passive. HP up 12% and defense up 12. For reaction ability, he gets Paladin's Guard. Forget this, run reflex. The notable skill from Paladin is Saintly Wall. The AI will prioritize this over his agility up buff, which is great. Having a physical barrier is useful in many situations. Forces the enemy AI to use barrier break instead of re-raise removal. Another notable skill is Taunting Blade. I never use this, but it is there, he can generate hate. But as of right now, I don't think Tankstern is viable. Let's look at his ninja sub next. For passives, he gets Shadowrunner, increases his agility and luck by 12%. He also gets Shikuchi, increases his move and jump by 1. Shadowrunner enables his evasion build. He can be very evasive. For reaction, he gets Poison Counter. Run Reflex. The 2 notable skills for Ninja are Light Ton and Jutsu Sami. Light Ton, non-type light attack, damage medium. Useful against high slash resistance units if you can't max out his slash penetration. You will see why later. Jutsu Sami increase evasion rate by 60 for 2 turns. We are finished with his full kit. Let's look at the Dark Bahamut Vision card and Esper, which should release 1 week after him. It is a 90 cost vision card. It supports both light and dark elements. When you maxed out the card, it has 422 HP and 168 attack, which is higher than lower cost VCs, but typical for 90 cost. Also 23 AP, it is nice to have. 4 defense and 4 spirit. Too bad, it does not have agility. The party abilities are slash attack up 35, acquired AP up 25% and AoE resistance of 15. With this, we are no longer stuck with Jaden's and Gravel's VC for AoE resistance. For the bestowed abilities, it has 10% attack up and 10 AoE resistance. With this card, we also get Dark Bahamut Esper. It is physical based. 1300 HP, 123 attack. Not bad. But most importantly, 19 agility. Fantastic. In the Esper board, it has initial AP, attack up, man-eater and slash attack up. The rest of the stats are on the screen. This VC Esper combo is so good for both Wingstern and Sephiroth. Both are top tier. It is 90 cost and not limited. Next up are equipments, Espers, and Truststones. Let me know in the comment if you want me to include my Truststone abilities recommendation in unit reviews moving forward. For me, the sword from the event is his best weapon. For the second slot, I mostly have on Brigandine +6. At +6, it has 15% HP up in the ability. So you will not need to put that on his Truststone. Another one that I like is the Gangji Glove. It will be available when the new tower event arrives in Global in about a month. It is a great piece of accessory. It has physical and magical damage up 10%, paralyze and toad resistances of 50, and increase max damage by 2000. For the TMR slot, I have him on Dialdo's TMR. It has 7 agility on it. Another very good one is Bradley's TMR. It has haste as an ability. I recommend giving him a TMR with some agility. Bells is another good choice. Not for the ability but for the agility. Let's go over his Truststone sets. I like to run him as a bruiser, so vital and attack sets are on him. If you want to build him for max evasion, go with luck and agility. For accuracy build, vital and aim. He is so accurate, he does not need the luck set. Now the Truststone abilities. On the left side, I usually have light and dark resist, stop and confusion resist, luck up, and magic or strike resist. The elemental resistances and status ailment resistances really depend on the meta. Switch them out as needed. On the right side, I recommend attack up and acquired AP up, slash attack up and defense penetration up. Lastly, reaction block rate up and light attack up. These are the best ones for him, with the equipments I have shown here. The best Espers for him are Dark Bahamut and regular Odin. Dark Odin, Dark Ifrit and regular Tetra are for evasion build. Wingstern is such a versatile unit, so I have prepared 3 different builds here. The first one is the Bruiser build. I like this build the most. He is on the Paladin sub, Saintly Wall is the only ability that's on. Both of his main job passes for max damage and bulk. Truststones are vital and attack. In this setup, he has over 10k HP, 1700 attack, 30 defense, and 102 agility. He is a bit slow in this build, so he has a chance to use a third buff. I turned off his agility buff for Saintly Wall to be used. He usually gets into attack range a bit slower, and I rely on his LB for haste then deal consecutive hits to finish the fight. In every build, I always have him on Rob's VC for the attack up and slash penetration up. For his teammates, Dark Bahamut for AoE resistance, slash attack up, and acquired AP up. It also gives some defense and spirit for the unit equipping it. Rams's VC for the agility. The last set of VCs are regular Bahamut for single target resist and agility. Elena's VC for some luck and crit damage. In the Esper slot, both Dark Bahamut and regular Odin are good. In this comp, Wingstern can get up to 96% slash penetration and 60 defense penetration. He will deal some good damage. The second build is the accuracy build. Everything are mostly the same except, I switched to HP and aim sets Truststones, and equipped him with Alex Ring +6 aim type. Odin is there also for the accuracy. In terms of VCs, I switched out the Elena card. I put Hope's card for 13 accuracy in the sub slot. In this setup, he has close to 1600 attack and 156 accuracy. The last sample build is the evasion build. In this build, he is on ninja sub job with luck and agility truststone sets, keeping the Sir O's teaching passive and subbed in the Shadowrunner passive for luck and agility. The only evasion item Stern can equip is the Crow Cloak. Both Dark Odin and Dark Ifrit are good for evasion. In the vision cards, I used the Secret of the Heart as a sub for 18% luck. Shiva is also here as a sub for 10 more evasion. On Stern himself, he still has Rob's card for 50% attack and 20 evasion. In this build, he is at 98 evade and 600 luck. He is just slightly below Ildira in terms of evasion in this setup. However, the evasion comp is the one I like the least. It is very hard to run this team with Sephiroth everywhere, but it can catch some opponents off guard in class match and guild battle. Try to mix and match his passives for agility tuning. You can run a bruiser build with Shadowrunner to increase his agility. This is the reason some people find him difficult to use, because there are so many options. He will excel in all three builds. Let me know how you plan on building him. Next up are some sample builds. At the bottom left, it's the low-cost light team. My all-purpose and favorite team to run. Especially good against full strike. It did quite well in the CM couple months back. I will put a link to that CM video if you want to see how this team performs. Then we have my anti-dark team with Lucio, and my anti-light team with Engelbert. These two teams are built to target specific opponents. I will go into the details next. In a blind matchup, I would go with my all-purpose team. The two teams below are the new light meta teams with Bartz from FF5. Bartz is Wingstern's best partner. His follow-up attack for teammates push the team to another tier. I will show them off when my Bartz is ready. Now let's go into details of the anti-light and anti-dark teams. We will go over the anti-dark team first. I don't have Warrior of Light, so I can't say if he is better or worse than Lucio. But Lucio at 80 plus reincarnations can take more than a few hits and dish out some really good damage. The main reason I chose him is because of his active dark resistance buff. It covers a larger area and has 25 dark resist for allies. All the VCs are listed here. I opted to go with the Dark Bahamut card for more offense. The Scions of Shadow and the Ember White Dragon card both have dark resistance for light teams. Both are really good against dark. I have the two-headed dragon on Lucio for the dark killer, but it has very low agility. So I gave him a high agility TMR with agility truststone set. Miranda is just so powerful against dark because of her magic-based attacks. For the light mirror match, I am going with Engelbert and Elena. The Oath of a New Dawn VC has light resist of 20 for the party. Elena is also equipped with her own TMR for the Aurora of Blessings buff. Light and dark resist up 20. Basically, her job is to cast this buff early and do some damage if she can. Engelbert is equipped with the Great Demon Esper. You can give him any Espers that has good light resistance. It will do the job. I have had pretty good results with these two teams. They don't win every time, but they give me a good chance. Okay, let's take a look at what are some good vision cards and teammates for Wingstern and his weapon group. I want to give my final thoughts on him as well. Wingstern is the cornerstone of the light element. Surround with the right teammates, he will do well against many different teams. However, he is harder to use. Unlike Sephiroth and Bradley, where we can just plug them into a dark or earth team and they will do great. With Wingstern, we need to know exactly what we want him to do, and equip him with the right sub-jobs, passives and vision cards, so he can succeed. If you decided to go for him, you will enjoy him more and more as time goes by. Now let's see the anti-dark and anti-light team in action. This is Sterne's re-raise buff. Raises his slash attack and accuracy for 3 turns. And recovers CT after reviving. Lucio also just casted the Dark Resist Up buff on Miranda. This is his Diamond Shape AoE. Remove re-raise and 2 hits. Very useful against Raph and Dark Fina. Lucio continues the light slash chain, did 7k to Raph. Very impressive. Then Miranda caps off the chain. Did max damage. That's it for Raph. Dark Fina cannot one-shot because of the Dark Resist buff from Lucio. That's Stern Barrier Break, single target, non-elemental slash attack onto Sephiroth. This is a pretty good win. Everyone is still standing. Let's go to the anti-light team. We are going up against the new light meta team. Warrior of Light, Bartz, and Stern. My Elena, light and dark resist up buff on herself and Engelbert. Re-raise on self for my Stern since no teammates are nearby. This is Bart's follow-up attack for teammates buff. This is such a OP ability. Now my Stern uses the group buff. Reaction block rate up and AoE resist up for 3 turns. Plus recover own AP 20. My Stern is on his main job sub for the CT down attack. Great, Elena gets to do damage before she dies. This is the skill that increases the damage modifier when there are less targets in range. It is targeting 2 units, so the modifier is increased by 25% here. Plus Bart's follow-up attack just took out Elena. This is Stern's X-shape AoE attack from his sub-job. Lower target CT and medium damage. 1d3, let's see if he can get the job done. Here comes Stern's LB. Attack up, and for 3 turns increase physical damage and haste. Reviving from re-raise. Recover 20 AP and CT up. The AP recovering ensures him to get at least 1 attack skill off before dying again. Then remove re-raise attack to their whole group. Remove the other Stern's re-raise and took him out along with Bart's. Then grab a crystal and take out Warrior of Light. It was a close one. That concludes my 140 Stern review. Leave a like if you find this review useful. Good luck on your pulls. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.
夢とうつつは刀と鞘か。